It's all recording, so we can put that on there. No boogers in the tooth.
Right.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Three Sisters in a Van. Today our video is going to be all about our first proper adventure on Western Australia's south coast. So we left Busselton and we're making our way to Albany.
Yeah, making our way Denmark, Albany, down that direction.
Yep. And there was much discussion about how to pronounce Albany. Was it Albany or Albany? I think we kept saying either or.
Albany.
But we were told many times that it was... I think we got told different ways of saying it.
We were told both things, both from people who were Western Australians. So
if we're still saying it wrong,
what it is.
Albany, please let us know. But that's what we're calling it in this video.
That's what we're calling it today.
So we left Busselton with a new battery. Actually, we hadn't put the new battery in yet, but we had it ready to go.
Had it ready.
After our flat battery incident. And we were making our way to Albany via Denmark.
Yes.
So we were kind of going a little bit inland through Pemberton to get there, which we'd already been through before.
Yeah, but because of our really late start...
we didn't get too far.
We didn't get very far on the first day.
No. So we did a quick night stopover and it was getting pretty dark by the time we got just south of Pemberton, wasn't it? It was
just before Pemberton?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yep. So we stopped at a little chocolate factory that had a bit of a farm
at the
there.
Southern Forests Chocolate Factory.
Yep.
What's it called? It's called the Pemberton Transit Park.
Yes.
They have a little name for it on Wikicamps.
Yeah, so it was only $10,
$15 a night.
$15 a night, yeah.
And it was pouring, absolutely pouring with rain.
It was very boggy.
So it's just a paddock. It's just pull up paddock. Someone comes around on the little tractor and collects your money, and that's all there is.
Yep. He was very quick in and out. Didn't need to chat. It was atrocious weather.
Yeah.
So we were there very very late and left very early in the morning.
Yeah, very
stopped at the Pemberton Bakery on the way past to get some fresh bread to go with some brekkie, and then we missioned on through to.
We went through Denmark.
Through Denmark and into Albany.
Yeah, well, not quite. We didn't get quite to Albany. We were staying outside of Albany, weren't we?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
So we were staying at a spot between Albany and Denmark called Cosy Corner.
Yeah. So we were camped right on the beach, which was lovely.
Which was a stunning spot.
Yes. So Cosy Corner is one of the Albany Albany Council-run campsites. Yep. It's a pretty much beachfront campsite that's $15 a night. With some drop toilets there, which were pretty clean. They were really good. They had a lot of bins. There were several campsites, one designated for caravans.
Yes.
Some designated only for tents. The tent ones, or the small campers, have the prime position because you're right on the beach.
Yeah. So there were some smaller sites, and caravans wouldn't fit in around the bend getting down there, but they were just right behind the beach dune there, so they were beautiful. But having said that, the caravans were just behind that, so it was a really short walk down to the beach. Yeah. So you could just stay at Cosy Corner and have a really relaxing time at Cosy Corner. Yeah. For however long you want, because it was a beautiful beach to stay at.
There is a limit. There is a 7-night limit on how long you can book a ticket for.
Yep, which is how long we stayed there.
Yeah, I suppose you could book a ticket and then book another one. And during peak times, it's probably not advisable because there's caretakers on site. But when we were there, I don't think there was any caretakers there.
No, I think we were just outside of peak by then.
Yeah, so it wasn't packed every night, which is good. But I think our site, we had the pick of the sites. We had a really big. It was huge.
Yeah, and they're all really lots of trees around the campsite, so they're quite private, really. The girls had kind of used our trees behind to make a bit of a shelter, bush cubby that they played in for hours over the days that we were there. Lots of long beaches to walk. There's some tracks you can walk. Just a really beautiful spot, isn't it?
There is no water access there, so if there's anything limiting your stays. Your water. Yeah,
being able to top up water. The other thing is, though, if you are staying there for an extended stay and you don't have your own shower, there is a cold shower just a little bit further down from the beach if you're up for that and if it's the right time of year. We had a cold shower a couple of times, and it comes directly from the spring in the mountain behind and the hill behind. So it's beautiful, but very refreshing.
Very refreshing.
Very
we did
fresh.
our showers, one or two, I can't remember. I think I did it late in the afternoon. That was probably a little bit too late because it was getting a little bit cooler in the days there, and we still braved it though.
We did.
And around the shower there's some cool barbecue areas as well. So we didn't end up using those, but we were going to.
Yeah, nice spot.
Yeah.
Nice spot.
Yeah. So a good camping spot, really well worth the visit. And the beaches there were really nice too.
Yeah, beautiful.
So
and it's another spot where the Bibbulmun track comes out. We ran into the Bibbulmun track again there. So the Bibbulmun track runs along the beach and crosses over a river crossing there. And so the girls again were very excited.
Had a chat with an older lady who
was doing it by herself.
Yeah, doing the track, and she was very inspirational for the girls.
Yeah. Got some great people doing it.
Yeah. But as you walk, you can walk along the beach part of the Bibbulmun track. We did lots of walks along the beach and did lots of swimming and had a nice little rocky area that the girls loved to play on. I don't know what they made it, but really loved climbing up and down. More so than swimming in the water. Yes. Because the water was a bit chilly.
It was a bit fresh, but it was so beautifully clear, wasn't it? When it was nice and calm.
Couple of days, we
had
some
stunningly just crisp and clear and beautiful.
And so it was worth the jump in and splashed around.
Absolutely.
Didn't see any sharks again, which was good.
Yes, always a bonus when you don't see a shark.
So you can walk out and swim right where the campsites kind of come out, but we did a bit of a walk further down. And spent most of our time just a bit further down. We did do a walk the other way, so I guess towards Albany. A little bit, maybe a kilometre. And found some nice rocky spots to play on. But overall, good beach.
Yeah, beautiful.
Nice beach.
So we were staying there because it had been recommended. We had friends who'd stayed there and they kind of just camped there and enjoyed the beach for a while. But we wanted to stay there because it was kind of halfway between Albany and Denmark. So there's not really any, I don't think, free low-cost camps right in Albany, right close around Albany. No. There's not a lot of camping options apart from caravan park there. I don't think.
There's some on the other side of Albany, I think, which we looked at, but
we wanted to be able to go to both Albany and Denmark, and same with Denmark. There weren't a lot of low cost.
No, I think there was less around there.
Around that area. So we kind of thought we'll base ourselves in the middle and we'll kind of work from there. And that worked really well for us. It was a really good low cost way of being able to visit both Albany and Denmark without having to stay in either of those more expensive spots.
Yeah, so I guess first from the Cosy Corner campsite, we went into Albany and had a look there first. It was good too because it was only about 25 minutes. Yeah. And we could top up with get our water cans topped up. And have a good look around the town. Town. Don't know how big it is, but it's a nice coastal town, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's a big harbour. Frenchman's Bay, so there's a big harbour area, port area there, which is bigger than I thought. And then the town itself, there's a main street you go up and down, but there's actually quite a lot there, isn't there? Lots of shops, Woolies, laundromat.
So all the things you need to be able to stock up, lots of bits and pieces. Parks. So we library. We popped into the library, of course. We did a library visit. Yes. We did a big shop at Woolies and we did a couple of laundry visits. Yes, Dog Rock.
At the Dog Rock.
Laundromat.
Yes. So the last day we were there when we popped back in, there's a place called the Dog Rock Shopping Centre.
And we had wondered why it was called Dog Rock. We thought there must have been something somewhere.
And I'd done some washing before this and hadn't kind of realised, and then the girls came with me the second time and there's a rock that looks like a dog.
There's a dog.
And they've got a collar on it. It's pretty cool. It actually looks like a puppy dog looking up into the sky. So there's a lot of big rocks around there, which is cool.
Yes, a lot of beautiful big rocks.
And we went out to one of the parks that had a nice playground as well, just out on the coastline. It's like a little foreshore area with a cafe and an enclosed swimming area. I think I jumped in the water, but no one else was too keen to because I think the weather was
Middleton Beach. Middleton Beach foreshore.
So that was pretty cool there, very nice. And the best thing about that is well, if you don't have a shower
The
in your
best thing
caravan.
is, they have free hot showers in the toilet block there. So they've obviously got a swimming area and they've got toilets, and usually there's a shower to rinse off. But this shower is a hot shower, so we went in and had a beautiful hot shower one day and washed everyone's hair and freshened up, which was very much appreciated. So thank you very much, Albany Council.
You. So that was pretty cool. And then I guess we just did a bit of a drive around and looked at some different spots.
Yeah, in Albany there was the Brig Amity, the big ship that you and the girls.
Yeah, that's right. We got up. We had some. We bought some morning tea. Oh, before that, we went to the market.
We did. We went to the Albany Farmers Market.
A great farmers market.
Yeah, nice little one, just in town. Really accessible to walk into. No dogs allowed into the market area though.
But that's like most markets.
Yeah.
But yeah, you discovered a sourdough bread, a sourdough bakery beforehand, a couple of days before, and we knew they had a market stall. Yep,
the Sourdough Bread Co. bakery, I think, and so we'd gone into and got some incredible sourdough bread, so good, delicious, and they said they had a stall at the market, so of course, just gave us an extra reason to go to the market. So we popped in there and we got some morning tea treats from them. Oh my gosh, they were delicious. We had a pain au chocolat, some kind of... Was this
cinnamon scroll?
Yes, cinnamon scroll, but the best. The pick of the lot was the most incredible almond croissant.
Yeah, I love almond croissants. This one was...
I mean, this was, I reckon, probably the best almond croissant I've ever had.
It was great.
Sometimes they can be a bit dense a bit. I mean, this isn't about discussing almond croissants.
I'm not as critical as you are, but it was great. It was,
the crispy pastry, the filling inside. Yep. That sourdough bread co. there.
You can tell it's nearly morning tea time when we're recording this because she's going on about food. And I'm hungry as well.
It was a really good one.
We got those from the market and then went to the Brig Amity, which is a big ship that's on a stand just as you drive into Albany. You see it there as you drive in.
It's a replica of...
of the ship. Is it a replica or is it the actual ship?
I don't know.
I think it might actually
be the actual ship. I don't know.
But anyway, you can go onto it and have a look on the top, the deck area, and then you can pay. There's a volunteer that mans it because there's a bit of a museum as well, and they can take you under the underside and have a look. And we were just going to have a look on top, but the volunteer said the girls can have a quick sneak peek just in one of the bedrooms under there. So they went down a ladder and had a quick look. This was very lovely, and it was really cool. He told us a good story about how the person who sailed the ship from Scotland or England ended up in Tasmania with. It took him nearly 6 months to sail from Europe to Australia and ended up in Tasmania, I think. So correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a pretty cool story.
Very
And
cool.
now it's in Albany, so I don't know how it got down there.
Back there, I'm not sure.
But that was a good adventure for the girls.
So that was another one. Puppy dogs obviously not allowed up on there, so you and the girls went up and I just did a wander around.
And the girls could see where they transported all their livestock because they had sheep and horses and
very cool.
cows and everything on there. So it was really cool. So Albany is a pretty cool place to visit. There's also a couple of other spots you could see. We didn't go to. There's a whaling museum, which had been recommended a couple of times. It's not the cheapest museum, but people say it's well worth it. We didn't go to that one. No. But with a stop if you're nearby, and just a drive around Frenchman's Bay as well.
There were some beautiful lookouts there.
And there's a lot of good walks around there as well, with some good views. And that was really all we did in Albany. There was a fair bit there, but we, I guess, had to go and do it.
Well, we were staying 7 nights, so we kind of did some
we
stayed
spaced
at Cosy
it out.
Corner, some we popped into Albany, and the rest of the time we popped over to Denmark, didn't we?
Yes.
And that was pretty exciting.
Probably the highlight of the stay, wasn't it?
Yes. I mean, because we've got Charlie travelling with us, we really have to be quite thoughtful about which national parks we really want to make sure that we don't miss, and making sure that we have accommodation for him while we're going in, whether it's a day or overnight or whatever. And this was one that we kind of went, no, we really want to make sure that we get into the national park and the beautiful beaches in Denmark. And so we were really lucky because there was a great dog kennel just just around the corner from where we were staying. So
yep.
That was really good. They were really happy to take Charlie for a day. I think it was maybe $30, something like that. $32, I think, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're called Pampered Pets or
That's
something
right,
like
Pampers
that.
Pooches or something.
Yeah, and they were not far from Cosy Corner, only 10, 15 minutes. So
and
halfway
they
to
were very
Albany.
happy to have Charlie.
Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool owners.
Yeah,
happy
lovely
for a chat.
people.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we dropped him off there for the day and we headed off to the national park.
Yes, so...
Just on the other side of Denmark. So we drove through Denmark. And
William Bay.
We went to William Bay National Park. So
yes.
if you are in the south end of WA, definitely William Bay National Park is awesome.
Yep.
It doesn't cost anything to get. So a lot of the national parks you got to have a day pass.
Parks pass, yeah.
Yep, but this one you didn't. You can just drive in there and explore, and explore we did.
Yes, we did. So we got there nice and early, didn't we? Because we wanted to make the most of the day in there.
Yeah, and luckily we did because the morning was the pick of the time.
Yeah, it really came over. Bit cloudy in the afternoon, Yeah,
so there's 3 spots we wanted to get to.
So we wanted to make sure that we got to Elephant Rocks, Greens Pool, and Madfish Bay. Were 3 spots we really wanted to. We did get to all of them, and we can tell you about them now, I suppose.
Yeah, so we started off with Elephant Rocks.
We did.
So not much more, well, there is a lot more to say, but Elephant Rocks is named because they look like a whole heap of elephants.
A herd of elephants. Wading out in the water.
In the water on the beach there.
Yep.
So
huge, just huge rocks.
Awesome rock formations. And
it's just smooth and just incredible. You know, everywhere you go you see different kind of rock formations and you look at the you can see the geology. Whatever, but this is
and you have a lookout. There's a lookout you can walk to, and you have a look at them from the land, from the hills, I guess, from behind, and then you can walk down and actually you can walk on top of 1 or 2 of them. Yep. And you can walk down on the beach. So you girls went for a walk down after we went to the lookout, and I stayed on top and did some drone videoing with some other people who were drone videoing. Yes. And I was able to give them some tips, which is cool. I must know what I'm doing now. And they're just huge, aren't they? When you stand next to them, you're just so tiny. Very cool. It'd be a cool place to swim. Yeah. But we were going to swim in Green's Pool, so. Yeah. But there's some steps there. You can walk down and have a little look and adventure down on the beach. Yeah, there's some little nooks and crannies that you can kind of come in and out of, and there's some freshwater stream coming out from the hill behind. All sorts of really cool spots. There is a warning when you go to walk up on top of the rocks themselves that there's wind gusts. And to hold on to your children, so hold on to them we did, because some of the wind gusts actually were pretty strong, even though it wasn't super windy then. So we did that for, I don't know, maybe half an hour, and then we were going to our swimming spot, which is just next to it, so it's pretty close, so you can park at the same car park and walk from Elephant Rocks to Green's Pool. So we went to Green's Pool, and we did a bit of the rocky track journey around. And you walk over, there's a big rock formation to get around there, and as we went around there, oh my god, it just kind of opens out in front of you, and it's just crystal clear. It's absolutely protected from the ocean swell because there's kind of a rock formation and rock shelf just a little bit further out, and so calm and clear, absolutely clear because it's not being pounded by waves. It was just stunning. And you can imagine in the middle of summer it would be so we were there in May. And it was starting to cool off a little bit. But being from Tasmania, it wasn't too bad. It was pretty good. It was actually really warm. Yes. It wasn't as busy. But you can imagine summer on the weekend, there'd be heaps of people. Yeah, which means we had lots of space. And the girls were able to get their snorkels out for the first proper time and do that was probably the best snorkel that they'd had. I mean, we had done some snorkeling before, but they had to battle with kind of the waves and the current moving. Whereas because there was stacks of people. So here, that was just and because it was just so still and calm, it was so easy for them to swim. It was beautiful, and the water was so clear, and there was so much to see too. There was so many fish in there. And we took turns going up the Delilah fairway. We kind of explored further and further each we didn't have fins, and we just swam, and it was pretty good. Just took our time. And by the end of it, though, you could kind of feel the the chilliness in the water.
Yeah, I mean, there were some people there with wetsuits on, and they were fully suited up with wetsuits. So you could do that if you wanted to. We don't have space to carry wetsuits for everyone, along with everything else in our caravan.
We're just brave it.
So we're just super brave.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
And always in the back of the minds it was, is there a shark around? But I think there's pretty good because they do have the
feels
rock.
like the safest spot.
Yeah, they do have a rock kind of protection out. So I think it's a bit harder for sharks to get in. They can still get in. But yeah. And you guys went for a walk down the beach for a while, and I did some drone videoing.
Beautiful kind of rocks that sit over kind of, the pools. And so we climbed up and laid on them and pretended we were mermaids and made houses and all sorts of things. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Really
so in WA, because we weren't doing the north coast, we love Bustleton Beach, but this is probably the best beach for me.
I think we love Bustleton not just because of the beach. I think we love Bustleton because of the town. It's lovely.
And the beach was alright. The beach was pretty good there.
Stunning.
Yeah, but when you get to the beach here with the rocks and everything, it was
stunning.
Yeah, it was probably our pick of beaches in WA.
I think so. Yeah.
So far.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'd been to Esperance as well. We're going back there to do some more exploring, and there were some good beaches there as well. But this one was maybe just pipped. Yeah, we've been to so far.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably also because of our family situation too. Like, it was perfect for us.
Yeah.
It was perfectly calm for the girls. There was sand to play on for Ophelia when she didn't want to go in the water. There was,
there was
beach to swim in. There was rocks and things to explore and imagine and climb and kind of have everything for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're after a surf break, no, it's not going to be a spot.
No, definitely not. So once we'd finished adventuring around there, exploring and videoing and doing all cool stuff, playing. Yep. We packed up, and there is a bit of a drive to get to the next stop. It's only 5 minutes away.
Yeah, not far.
So there is a couple of spots around the corner. So we went to Madfish Bay. I just like the sound of Madfish Bay.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
And we got out there and had something to eat and did a explore. We were going to do a swim, but the clouds came in and it got a bit overcasty. But we did do a very nice. You guys especially did a nice walk through.
You can kind
into
of
a
come
bit of an
around,
inlet.
and then there's a bit of an inlet. You can climb over lots of rocks to get in there, and because it's a bit of a climb and explore to get in, there was no one else in there.
And probably felt a bit more sharky there.
Yes, because it's open. Yeah, but it was lovely.
And there's a story there about how it was named Madfish. I can't remember why it's called Madfish.
I don't remember either.
No, but something to do with mad fishing maybe.
I don't know. Look that one up.
Yeah, look that one up. But yeah, that was pretty cool. We spent, about, 45 minutes there having a look around, maybe a bit longer. By the time done a good rock hopping adventure.
Yep.
And that was pretty much, I don't know, it took us most of the day to go to those 3 spots.
Yep.
Probably the highlight, I would say, of our first day.
So.
So it's well worth, if you've got pets or got a dog, or make sure you do take the time to pop them into a kennel if you can every now and then to go and look at these spots, because otherwise you just don't get to them. And we're not doing too many, and I'm glad we did this one. It was just magnificent. There is a national park right near Cosy Corner that we did go to, we were driving to, but then realised we got up there was a national park and we couldn't take Charlie in, so we had to go all the way back, and there was a nice little drive that we could do just to the south of the national park. And go to Hartman's Beach, which was a really nice one near Cosy Corner. And the girls ran past a ginormous snake. They decided to run off down a track.
Yes. It's a
Yeah.
bit scary, really.
Yeah. Delilah's running down
They were running down a steep hill.
very steep hill, and then she yells out something.
We didn't know what she was yelling, but she just kept
Florence
screaming
is
as she was going.
a bit behind her, and then Florence obviously sees the big snake as well. And
she took off the other direction, and Delilah kept running to the beach,
Yeah,
and we didn't
but-
know what was going on.
And we didn't end up seeing it.
No.
It had scurried away, but it was pretty big apparently. So,
Yeah. So
Another one of our snake encounters.
good reminder that around
There's
all
always
those
snakes
secluded
around.
beaches,
It is-
there's always snakes around.
There is, and there's lots of bush, so there'd be stacks of snakes in there. It was obviously sunning itself, and we disturbed it.
Well, we were fairly loud coming down.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. But there was a good beach.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. The other highlight, I said,
Oh, yeah.
I said William Bay was a highlight.
Oh, yeah.
Was Mother's Day. So we had Mother's Day at
of
Cosy
course.
Corner.
Mother's Day's always a highlight, no matter where you are.
So we done some shopping and got you
Yep.
some Mother's Day presents. And we had a plan for some dessert and special treats today.
Yes, I was very well treated that day. So we were staying at Cosy Corner for Mother's Day. I was served, I was given delicious omelette and sourdough for breakfast, which was very nice. And then I got some beautiful gifts, which was absolutely lovely. Which actually, did you want to talk a little bit about, because when we get gifts, well, not just gifts, when we have to have things, so we've had lots of spots along the way where we've had to have things sent to us, or we've had to, all sorts of different supplies or mail that's come at home that we've needed to have posted to us urgently, which was one of the questions that we kind of had at the start, like how are we going to get
things delivered to us
if we need stuff delivered?
Very easy. You just go into the Australia Post app and you just register have an account, and then you can go on and either click on parcel collect location, which is directly from the post office, or a parcel locker, which not all post offices have. So if it's under your name, you just click on new collection link, and then we've done lots, but just say you click Albany, and then you click the post office there, and then you get a little address with a couple of numbers on there, and you put that on the delivery address, and then it gets delivered there. And then you go and pick it up when it gets there.
Yep.
So they usually hold it for up to 10 days, I think. The parcel lockers, they hold a little bit less, probably because there's not as many. But the parcel collection through Australia Post is very good. And we've I think I ordered something from eBay, which didn't get there in time, but that's not Australia Post's fault.
That's just an extraordinarily long time to
get
eBay.
that. And I guess one of your presents, which was ordered a while ago, still hadn't arrived in Albany.
And I suppose that's the one difficulty with having stuff being posted around Australia. Very often we're outside of capital cities, and sometimes quite a bit outside of kind of where the central areas are. And so even express post is not express.
No, it might not be so fast.
Yep.
So most of your presents came.
They did.
And we just had to hang around a little bit longer to be on that 7 days at Cosy Corner to get your last present.
Yes.
So, but yeah, if you're wondering about mail and how you get packages, not that we order too much stuff, but for birthdays are pretty handy, or important things at home. Just register with Australia Post, and then just click. You can click as many as you want, make as many post office collection points as you want, and pick them up from there. You're going to make sure you're going to be there, so you might have to plan a bit ahead, which is what we've had to do. So Mother's Day was good, aside from that one present that didn't arrive. Really good deconstructed cheesecake dessert.
Oh my
from the
gosh,
girls.
a mascarpone deconstructed cheesecake with lemon curd from the
Love a good cheesecake.
farmers market.
That's right, at
the Bunbury Farmers Market.
So we had some extra stuff we could use.
Yes, my beautiful sister had bought us another jar of passion fruit curd when we met up with her at Pemberton. So
that's great.
We had to eat that up.
So that worked well, because we haven't been able to really make a cheesecake. Not having the fridge space. So we had that.
We also don't have an oven if you want to bake one.
No, bake cheesecakes now. So I think Mother's Day went all right this year.
Yep.
On the road.
Yep. It was beautiful. Yep. So
high hopes for Father's Day coming up.
Okay.
In a couple of months.
we'll start planning that one, I think.
So that was the end of our stay at Cosy Corner. So we had to leave, but we were still waiting on a package. I guess we could have stayed on maybe, but we decided to go inland a little bit because it had also been quite wet on the beach, and it had been quite overcast the last few days, and so our solar was really low, and so a drive was good to get some battery charge, but also to find some power. So we decided to drive inland a little bit, about an hour north of Albany, to a little town called Kendinup. So Kendinup, I don't know, not a very big population, just another small...
No, so just north of Mount Barker.
Yeah, Mount Barker is fairly sizable, but then, Kendinup's just a bit further on from there, and they have a really cool recreation ground, a sports ground, with a bit of a homeschool playground meetup, play
Yeah,
group
so I
meetup.
think it's called Kendenup Nature Park on Wiki Camps.
Yeah.
And I think it's $20 unpowered a night, 25 powered. We would usually go unpowered, but because of our solar situation.
And we've done the last 7 days, probably 8 days without power, so we've got to plug it for power and treat ourselves.
Yeah.
So we booked in there for 2 nights and then stayed an extra one because it was actually really cool there.
It was nice. It was another one of those inland WA towns that felt like it was really welcoming. It felt like they were really happy to have you there, and they'd set it up to make it really comfortable for you there. So it wasn't just pull up and you were, on a gravel patch and there was nothing around you. There were beautiful, clean facilities. So we had hot showers, nice toilets,
men's and ladies.
Really lovely
showers. Toilet blocks, that was awesome. There's a good little playground there where the playgroup meets, a nice massive oval as well.
And all that
lots
kind
of space for Charlie to run around, and we'll camp next to, and there's lots of space to camp. Camp next to a lady who was building a house in Canada. She had a nice chat with us. And it was just really nice. So we stayed an extra night there. It was so good.
We did.
And that, I guess, allowed your package to get to Albany as well. So.
It did. And while we were there, just by chance, of course, the local homeschool group had a meet up while we were there, and so not to be left out of anything. And of course, the homeschool group was they arrived and they had horses. So they had miniature horses. The girls headed over and had a bit of a look, and they they did a bit of learning with the lovely lady who was very happy to talk through some things with them. So it was really nice.
And so once we'd finished there, we headed back into Albany and
picked up a parcel,
returned library books. Awesome library there. I got a new pair of joggers.
You did. Some running shoes.
Pretty old and dodgy. And we were off back heading east again, back to Esperance.
That
was our next stop. So we were planning on doing I was planning on doing a bit of teaching at Albany. That's why we're going to stay there for 7 days, but this is a little bit too far out of town to drive in every day. So we did plan on teaching in Esperance.
And also because we knew that we wanted to be doing national parks and other things. And
so we were driving on our way to Esperance for a bit of it. I think it was about a 10-day stint there.
We were looking forward to a nice, relaxing Esperance.
So off we went, and that was our time in Albany. Overall, we really liked it. Nice feel, nice town. Nice and relaxed. Lovely beaches. We didn't get to most of the beaches, I guess, around Albany. There's so many there. But what we did see was just
lovely.
Awesome. So we really loved our time there, and around the National Park, Wimba National Park was awesome. So onwards, heading back east. Our next video will be all about our time back in Esperance, our extended stay in Esperance. So I've got a bit more on this time. All right, we hope you enjoyed. Please correct our pronunciation of Albany. Albany, if we've got it wrong. And we'll hopefully have our next video up shortly.
Hopefully.
All right. See ya.
Bye. It's a bit like corridor.